questions are circling all around Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez's marriage, and the cancellation of her This Is Me tour had me wondering what is going on with their Bazi Chinese astrology. And so today I'm going to unpack for you what is going on specific to May 2024 and taking a sneak peek forward even into next year of what is happening with J-Lo and Ben Affleck. So let's go. Hi, my name is Lydia, and this is the Feng Shui and Bazi Chinese Astrology channel. Often on this channel, I like to read the charts of famous people because I feel that it gives us a better understanding of our own charts and our own lives. So if this is something you're interested in, curious about, please subscribe, like, and hit the bell so you don't miss a single video. I've got a bunch coming out because there's a lot going on in our world. So I thought I'd start with this. I've been slowly following the news on this couple for the last several weeks. I guess maybe it's been a month now. And I have to say, I would not ever want to be in a relationship with someone that is so public, so under scrutiny. And I kind of didn't even want to do the video because I didn't want to contribute to all of it. But there is a story here. And for me, astrology, if nothing else, tells us stories. And they're stories of people's lives that were created from the time you were born. You chose this. This is a soul contract that we are all on. And the difference between an hour can be the difference of an entirely different astrology and an entirely different roadmap. But we all have karma. We all have lessons to learn. So, Jennifer Lopez, and I'll put the link to my last video about these two. I'm not going to go through their entire charts with you. I just want to pinpoint what specifically has happened in the month of May 2024 and going forward. All right. So Jennifer Lopez is born July 24th at 1649. And that's in the year 1969. And she is born a Yin Earth Rooster year. Always see roosters around singers. A Yin Metal Sheep month, and the day of Yang Metal Rat, and the hour of Yang Wood Monkey. All right, so she canceled her tour on an interesting day, and timing is everything. It is no surprise that in many cultures, still today, not just hundreds and thousands of years ago, but even today, there are many cultures that use astrology to divine the best time to do things. And sometimes just because we think this is the best idea doesn't mean we have to enact it. Well, here we have it. So on Friday, May 31st, she ended her tour. And that was a day of a Yang Wood Dragon year, as we know, a Yin Earth Snake month, and a Yin Wood Sheep day. All right. What is going on with this is kind of interesting. Her luck cycle, which is new, she just entered this new luck cycle or 10-year period on the 11th of January, 2024. And this is where her astrology will be influenced for the next 10 years until she turns 63, okay? And, we have our astrology, and that is like the blueprint of your life. And then we have these influences. Your luck cycle certainly is a big influence in your life. And then we break down what I call like the onion layers, right? And then we get to the year that we're in, very influential. Then the month, the day, the hour. And that's why aligning yourself with the best astrology requires that on important days, you know what the astrology is and if it is favorable or not for you. So, all that being said, the combination of things here, on the day that she canceled her tour, we've got this new luck cycle along with her day and her hour is forming a full water trio. Okay, this is a whole lot of water. In addition, there's a semi-seasonal trio of her rat, because she's born on the day of the rat, and the ox, again, of this new luck cycle, which is more water. Water for her as a metal person is her children and also all that she does. So this is a huge motivation and momentum for her to be very creative and active at this now time, and also to have more focus on her children. Also, the day that she announced this, or the month of May 2024, whenever the snake shows up, and again, that can be an hour, and it can also be the day, the hour or the day of the snake, is going to bring this influence in of, with this current luck cycle, the ox, her rooster year, and the snake of May created a full metal trio, which pulls that focus around her. Interesting that the tour is called This Is Me. Now, gotta say, being a big time celebrity like this, somebody with such a big life, right? And yet she's also a mom. She's also a wife. She's also a daughter, a sister, and a friend. And so she has other roles that are also championing and asking of her attention and energy. And as a mom, sometimes we have to make really hard sacrifices for our family. Dads do too. And so when I heard about this canceled tour and how she worded this, that she was heartbroken, right? So you can just imagine that she has probably been working up to this summer, all year, envisioning what it was going to be and putting so much time and effort into choreography and everything, and then to cancel it had to be heartbreaking. That's like, trying to climb a mountain, and just before you hit the top, where you get to see the spectacular view and soak in the glory of the work and the climb, you don't get there. Instead, you wind up bouncing back down the mountain and saying, I can't get there, not now. That had to have been really hard. Now, another interesting thing is that this luck cycle of the ox bangs up against the sheep in her month. And the next 10 years is going to really rattle the relationship she has with her parents. And she's entering into that age when we tend to lose our parents, 50s and 60s. Unfortunately, we don't live forever. Now, when we look at that conflict of the ox and the sheep, what that does is it hurts fire. And fire in her chart is so weak, it's hardly there. Hardly there. It's like one of those, matchbooks that you strike the match and it's this little paper thing that's barely holding a flame. That's where she holds her career. And a lot of these celebrities that we see have such an inflated element of their own, like she does. She's got over 50% of her own metal element. They don't even need it. They don't even need it. They self-contain and self-create. But this harms fire, which is her career. And yes, I do think that this is going to be an ongoing issue in the next 10 years as she is aging, as she is still a mom and involved in family. And that being said, this is something I see coming. First of all, her hour of the monkey, in addition to the snake of May, created a little, like almost like a lightning flash of that penalty that talks of loss of money, health issues, divorce, bankruptcy, all those kinds of things. It's like things start sliding sideways. And there's so much scrutiny. I mean, she just finished promoting the movie. I'm sorry, I'm not remembering it. It's not my kind of movie. Maybe that's why, I don't know, but whatever. So she just finished doing a movie. She's been really busy. Ben's been really busy. And the fact that they're living separately might just be that they're both working and focused on their careers. And that's great. It doesn't mean that their marriage is on the skids. Or is it? Or is it? All right. So prediction is this. If you ask me, if there are cracks in this marriage, she's the one that's saying there's cracks in this marriage. Okay. You know, she is someone that, as a rooster person, born on a rat day, you know, her whole astrology is so, it's not so much an extrovert, introvert. It's just that she loves to be around people. She loves to be seen and heard and in a gathering. She needs to be on stage. That's her thing. And when you look at Ben, there is some of that also for him. But his isn't, this is what's coming to me. She's kind of like got her foot on the pedal of this. Like, let's just go. This is my life. Let's just go. He isn't quite like that. As someone born in the day of the tiger, he's a lot more independent. He needs his own space. Hence, maybe why he's living somewhere else currently. Maybe that's his process for being an actor. Maybe he needs to be, I can't imagine if you're an actor and you're playing a role, it would be really hard for me to go home and pop back into Ben Affleck when I've been playing this guy for Accountant 2. I believe he's in that, filming that right now. So, and tigers also stop and start. So he may be all in, working, and then need to stop. I need to stop. I don't need to be going to the Met Gala. I don't need to be going to this. I've done enough, right? So he's a little more stop and start, go and rest. I don't see that with her as much. And I think there's a little with that, all right? So come October, I think, is the month when things could really hit the skids with this marriage or something happening within her family. And right now, it feels very much like when we look at this current luck cycle for her, it's very focused on family. It's family, it's work, it's all of her responsibilities, it's her marriage, it's also her mother and the mother archetype, the goddess. And I mean, I'm sorry, but she is a goddess, right? Or we all women are goddesses, but you know what I mean? She's got that metal, sparkle, gold beauty about her. But yes, this is very much a time of the mother. Also tucked into this is her playing different roles in the next 10 years. And it could be that she shifts a little bit more into acting. And there's also mention of change, an undercurrent of change happening in these next 10 years. And her son being more highlighted as far as focus of her children. So all of that to be said, When October comes and the dog shows up, this is going to be a full penalty that shows an enormous amount of stress hitting her family that is going to really impact her. And I'm just saying, it could be that moment when it all falls apart. Now, what's going on with Ben? Ben is born August 15th, 1972. We adjust his time for daylight savings, just like we did for J-Lo. And so that's 1:53. And his Bazi astrology is Yang Water Rat for his year. His month is Yang Earth Monkey. His day is Yang Earth Tiger, and his hour is Yin Water Ox. All right, so when we're looking at where Ben is at the end of a cycle. And this cycle of a yin water rabbit has brought a lot of focus to daughters, his work, his family and responsibilities, his wife. So in this time, it was predicted that he would be married. Wealth, fame, success, vibrant. This has been kind of like the pinnacle of his life. Everything flowing and energized and abundant. And this particular year of the dragon is highlighting his career and showing challenges and changes in that. So there's a lot of that focus. There's also focus on himself, his own self, his own development, his own network, his own people. And tucked into that is again another mention, another layer of those same components, which are again his work, his family, his marriage, his wealth, his success. All of that is highlighted. And in a way, I'm just thinking this out loud, it's almost like 2024 is putting the bow on the end of this luck cycle, because January 2025, he's moving into a new period. And it's not about marriage. It's about dating. Ooh. And so that's why I was saying, if January 2025 is bringing him into that, plus, ooh, just thought of this too. Plus his tiger day, and next year, 2025, the snake with his month of the monkey brings in that full penalty of lawsuits, divorce, loss of income, et cetera, et cetera. If you ask me, that's where it's happening. Sorry, I know. I don't know that this is going to make it. It could be that she does whatever in the fall, in October, and then it all kind of unravels next year. Sorry to say, I know. Plus, because she's born in the hour of the monkey, she also is going to have a semi-penalty. So these are both happening in full for him, in part for her. This doesn't look like a good setup. Sorry, friends. If you were rooting for J-Lo and Ben Affleck to make it for the long term, I don't think it's going to happen. And it's a sad thing. But I will say for Ben, the time that he's moving into is going to really be an interesting time for his career. Some really cool changes and challenges for him. And I don't know about you, but sometimes in your career, you want the challenge. You don't want it to be just like ho-hum. And also, it's going to be a caution to his health. And it's also showing all kinds of money coming in from other resources, backing, like studios, backing his films, and a focus on himself. All of that. Starting his new luck cycle in January. That will be the focus of his next 10 years. And so all that to be said, for him, this year is bringing in a full water trio. And also a full wood trio, which for him has really been highlighting his wealth, his career, his family, his responsibilities, and his marriage, romantic life. Two things are ending for him. His current luck cycle of the snake is ending the penalty that he has been carrying. Except, right, 2025 is going to give him a last dash of it. And it's going to be, I think, kind of brutal. I'm sorry to say. And the other penalty that's ending for him is this luck cycle of the rabbit, along with his day of the rat, was a penalty that spoke of him getting involved in relationships that aren't going to work out, that are going to turn sideways, that are going to turn out to be something that is not beneficial to him and is actually harmful to him. Relationships that get weird and really don't serve him in the end. They did in the beginning, but something went weird. And this particular year, as he's ending this luck cycle, the dragon and the rabbit of his luck cycle hurts Earth, which is himself. There's a lot of little layers here. You see that? So I would keep an eye on October and for sure next year with these two. Anyway, I'm sorry I don't have a better outcome, but there you have it. And if you're interested in your own partner astrology, you and your partner, maybe you're dating someone, maybe you're married, these are really cool to do. I'll put a link for couples readings in the description. And if you're interested in your own Bazi astrology, I'll put the link for that too. Until next time, friends, be well.